Hello everyone, this is Ed Hammerly again. This is going to be part 2 of my chicken coop upgrades. Video number 1 went so well and I got so many responses and so many questions, I thought I would show you a few additional upgrades we've done since I initially did the coop. And right here is the first thing I'm going to show you, and that is I added, this is just a piece of metal, corrugated metal, and I just concocted a little roof here so that during the winter time, if it's snowing, the chickens will come outside. It'll give them some protection from the snow, protection from the rain when it's warmer, and in the summertime, it'll give protection from the sun. It's actually not bad to have just so they can seek shelter, so that prey, if you don't have a net over the top of your coop, they can, out of sight, out of mind type of thing here. So that's one. All right, here we go. This is just some reflective tape I put on here. The reason why this is here is just so that when at nighttime, from the house, I can, first of all, you can throw a flashlight on it and see it'll reflect, but I can tell from the house that the door is closed with this reflective tape on it, even with the naked eye. But with a flashlight, obviously, it'll glow. All right, another feature that I've added since my original video is this little, this piece of wood. It's actually a piece of composite rail from our deck that we didn't use. So it's nice it doesn't rot or anything like that. But basically I ran it from one side of the nesting boxes to the other. And what this basically does is just keep everything separated. One, it's going to keep the nesting material and the eggs inside the nesting area without them rolling out. But more importantly, they'll poop inside this area, and what happens is it winds up transferring over to the other side and it gets on the eggs or just gets inside here. So it just does a good job of keeping the eggs away from the normal areas that they spend time in during the day. All right, here's a nice feature no coop should be without. This is the embarrassment from calling your neighbors on your cell phone because you're trapped inside your own chicken coop. Basically this, and I don't know anything, I can't confirm or deny anything like that. This little piece of string here, actually it's a cable, but you could use anything. Basically when you pull it, will unlock the coop door in case the wind blows or it accidentally swings in behind you. And speaking of door issues, let's look at it from the outside. We've had one incident where the door was not closed properly and the chickens were able to get out during the daytime when we weren't home. Now, it's a great feature to be able to access the chicken coop from the outside, but this is one potential hazard. So I would advocate or suggest you put a hinge closing mechanism on that closes the door without you actually physically having to close it. All right, guys, this is probably the biggest change I made since I showed you the first video of the coop. And this was probably a design flaw from the get-go here. This roof here does not overhang the nesting box cover. So basically what happens, right, this is your nesting box cover. This is where we're grabbing the eggs. Oh, still got somebody inside there. Anyway, well, so what will happen is either snow or rain obviously slides down and then hits this. And what was happening too is that this is a board and batten type cover. So not only is it hitting it and staying there, but then there's pieces of wood slats that are actually holding the snow and water physically on the roof for long periods of time. So what I did is I just got a piece of, again, metal corrugated roofing material, painted it black, cut it to the size I needed, and now it protects it during normal circumstances. Let's look at it this way. This should have been built better. This should have an overhang that goes over. But with blowing snow and stuff like that, stuff's still going to land on it at some point, rain, or even blowing rain. So it just protects the coop. It's going to make it last longer, and the truth be said, I think it looks pretty good. The egg basket hook. This $1 hook may seem insignificant, but I can tell you, when you get out to the coop to get the eggs, you inevitably get distracted with having to do something else or picking up a chicken or whatever the case may be. And ultimately, the basket is placed on the ground, and before you know it, somebody has kicked it over. We've actually lost a dozen eggs in one fell swoop. So just a little hook up there over your head makes your life a little easier. It was brought to my attention by some experienced chicken coop owners that we may not have enough ventilation in this coop. So I went ahead and put 2 additional louver vents at the peak on either side of the chicken coop. Now, they're not very large, however, they're located at the best possible spot, and that is at the peak of the roof. In addition, we have 2 windows that open fully. So at this point, I feel very confident that we have adequate ventilation. Here we just added a few more linear feet of roosting bar space. Initially, we didn't have enough room for them. They were agitated and it was creating problems. Now everyone is happy. Now this upgrade is undoubtedly a little over the top, but we are lucky enough to have some security cameras around the perimeter here for security purposes. So we dedicated one of those cameras to our chicken coop. So we sort of have an eye in the sky in case one of them gets killed. We know what happened. Maybe we can prevent it from happening again. Give us peace of mind during the day or any time to make sure everything's all right. So it's an added benefit, and I'm sure not one everyone will buy into. An easily accessible poop shovel is something you should consider attaching to the side of your coop. All right, I'm going to go into further detail regarding the coop motor door. I've got a lot of questions on this. People keep emailing me, even though it's on the video originally, but let me get into further detail. First of all, you can purchase this. It's called a D20 chicken coop motor door. Go on Amazon, you can find it. It's, to be perfectly honest with you, it's a little expensive there. I think it's about $90. You may be able to find it cheaper somewhere else. But essentially, I hooked this motor door. Has a wire right here that hooks to a little metal door that I have down. You saw it go up and down before. It basically goes up and down in this little gap that I made here with some wood. I just shot this piece of wood in, moved in a couple inches, an inch or so, and then shot another one so you have this channel for it to move up and down in. And then this wire hooks to a timer, which is right here. You just set it to open and close once in the morning and then in the evening. Of course, there's the power supply. And it's basically that simple. The other thing I added was this piece of wood here. This just protects. I had times before the chickens would jump down and their wings would hit this, and I just didn't want it to break or the chicken to get injured. So I just put this protective cover over top of it. You can also see occasionally when they defecate, things go flying. And it sort of just keeps everything clean inside here and keeps it functioning properly. And I also, another recommendation is you want to leave a gap around so that the door can't get pushed out. And the same thing, the metal door will be behind this so that an animal can't push the metal door either direction to get in. So that's basically it as far as additional things I did to my coop since the first video. But now that I have you here, take a look at some of the other things I can help you with that we've learned along the way. Buy yourself a few metal garbage cans to put anything that you think mice may get into, particularly the pelletized feed. This is also a nice option to have here. This is just a junk storm door that I had at the house. Actually, my neighbor had it. I painted it black. I took a 4x4 post, sunk it into the ground, and in this case I used a piano hinge, but you could use any type of hinge. And it's just a cheap and easy way to have a door where humans can get in and hopefully not lose any chickens in the process. In the wintertime, you'll be obligated to get water from the house, from the inside. But when the summertime comes along, or at least it's not freezing, you'll be able to bring a hose out to the coop. We leave it there permanently, and when your 5-gallon water bucket or the 5-gallon water feeder needs filling, we just grab the hose.
Where's the manure?
Right here. This is the manure, the chicken poop, and some of the straw from the coop. And once we're done, we mix it in after it's been sitting here for a little while, for actually a couple months now.
A month?
Yep. And then we mix it in with our topsoil, our organic topsoil. As you can see, we have raised bed gardens, and with the chicken coop and everything else, nothing goes to waste.
How long does it take for these things to...
Believe it or not, chickens in some ways are like kids, or adults for that matter. Chickens will get bored, and when they get bored in a small place, they can get more aggressive with one another. Giving them something to do can make for a better relaxed flock. The term chicken scratch is basically that idea, giving them something over the course of the day or week to eat that occupies their time. Because of the decomposition of the food we throw in the coop on a regular basis and the chicken poop, our soil is very, very fertile. There are tons of worms inside this soil, so every once in a while we take a shovel, dig a few holes, and this will occupy their time for hours. Not to mention giving them a nice, healthy, natural snack. Want to learn more about chickens, chicken coops, sustainability, raised bed gardens, or anything else in between? Contact me below on YouTube. Thank you.